Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Premier League video. This is week 1 of the Premier League predictions. It's actually been a minute since we've done one of these videos, but Premier League is back, so we are bringing back the series. Got a lot of good games to talk about in this video, so let's just dive straight into it.
Alright guys, but before we get into the video, this video shout goes to Callum for commenting down below his top goal scorer predictions. If you guys want to be featured in the next video, make sure you guys comment down below your score predictions for this week, guys. As you know, we got some big games. You know, United Leicester, a big game. Can Leicester City win this game? Let's see. And then Arsenal Man City, that's going to be a very big game. So guys, comment down below your score predictions for these games. Let us know who you think will win or lose. Subscribe and like the video. Let's try to smash 150 likes. That'll be much appreciated. But let's get right into the video. So the first game is on Friday the 10th of August at 8 o'clock. It's Man United versus Leicester. For this game, I put a 2-1 win to United. I think they're going to start off the season very good. You know, Mourinho usually starts the season pretty good. So I think they're going to get a W here. They're going to win this game 2-1 with Lukaku and Lingard getting on the score sheet. And I put 1 goal for Leicester City for Vardy scoring a penalty. Moving on to the next game, Newcastle versus Tottenham. Tottenham haven't made any signings yet. We've got a few days left to the transfer window. Still no signings. What are they doing? But I still think they'll walk away with a W here. I put 2-0 win to Tottenham. Harry Kane to score both goals because, you know, he's that type of guy to score in big games, and, you know, it's the first game of the season, so he will probably score.
Okay, for the first game, United versus Leicester, I put a 2-0 win to United. You know, Leicester lost their biggest threat in Mahrez to City, so they're not going to be as good this season. But and I think United still need to sign some players, and I don't know if like Lukaku or Pogba's going to play this game, but I still think we'll get the win 2-0. I put Sanchez to score and Fred to score on his Premier League debut. Come on. Next game, Newcastle versus Spurs. I put a 2-1 win to Spurs. You know, as my Spurs haven't signed anyone yet, so I don't know if they're going to, but I think they need to sign at least 1 or 2 players. But and Newcastle on the other hand, they've got their own little problems with the board and stuff. I don't know how their like team cohesion is now, but I think Spurs will win this game 2-1 with Kane getting 2 and Perez getting 1 for Newcastle.
Right, so for United versus Leicester City, first game of the new Premier League season, I put a 2-1 win to Manchester United. I'm confident they're going to get a win. It won't be a full-blown demolition of Leicester, but I think United will get a win. Obviously, United do have problems. Mourinho needs to get back with the team, get the team spirit going. But yeah, I think they'll have enough, obviously at home as well. So Fred and Sanchez to get 2 goals for them. And Leicester, Vardy, the main guy, to get a goal for them. And then for the next game, Newcastle versus Spurs, I put a 2-1 win to Spurs. I think it's going to be a quite tight game. Obviously, Spurs, as these guys said, hasn't signed anyone. The team spirit should be there though. All the players have been together before. They know what to expect from the team. But yeah, Newcastle, they're at home, but I just think Spurs will have too much for them. Harry Kane to get 2 goals, and Jose Perez to get the only goal for Newcastle.
Okay, first game of the new season, Man United versus Leicester on Friday. I'm going to put a 1-0 win here for United. I think they're going to scrape a win here. They're without their 2 key players, Pogba and Lukaku here, and I think there's still a couple of days left to transfer window. Can they sign Alderweireld or Maguire or Jerome Boateng recently came out, so yeah. Can they sign him? Don't know, but yeah, 1-0 win for United here with Rashford getting the goal for them here. And moving to the next game, Newcastle versus Tottenham. I put a 2-1 win here for Tottenham. Goal scorers, I put Dele Alli and Heung-min Son, and goal scorer for Newcastle, I put Jose Perez. Didn't put Harry Kane because you know the curse of him not scoring during August. But yeah, 2-1 here for Tottenham, and they probably will get good starts in Premier League. But let's move on to the next 3 games.
Alright, next 3 games, Bournemouth versus Cardiff. Welcome back, Cardiff, to the Premier League. Let's see you guys can win here. For this game, I put a 2-1 win to Bournemouth. I think Wilson and Zahoria will score the goals for Bournemouth. I think, you know, they got some decent players, and I still think, you know, Bournemouth are going to walk away with the goals here. For Fulham versus Crystal Palace, I put a 2-1 win to Fulham. Another win for a team that just promoted. So I think Fulham are going to start off sharp to the Premier League. I think Crystal Palace will play really well, but I still think Fulham will walk away with a win here. You know, they've got some decent players. Schürrle has joined. You know, he's been at Chelsea, he's been at Dortmund. He's an experienced player. Seri from League One. You know, he's good midfielder. So yeah, for this game, I put Schürrle and Seri to score, and for Crystal Palace, I put Zaha. Moving on to the next game, Huddersfield versus Chelsea. Chelsea looking pretty good in pre-season. I put a 2-0 win to Chelsea. You know, Morata has been blocked for the last year or so. He hasn't scored many goals, and I don't think he's going to score much this season either. But I still put him to score for this game. So first will be Morata 1-0 for Chelsea, and then second Willian.
Alright, first game, Bournemouth versus Cardiff. I put a 1-0 win to Bournemouth. Cardiff, newly promoted team, they're going to want to try their best to get off to a good start. But, you know, it's going to take them some time to get get comfortable with the Premier League. So I think Bournemouth being at home with that home advantage, they will get the 3 points here with Wilson getting on the score sheet. Next game, Fulham versus Crystal Palace. I actually put a 2-2 draw. You know, as Matt said, Fulham have got really, really good players. You know, Sessegnon signing Seri, that was a big statement. Mitrovic, they've got a lot of good players. And I think being at home against Crystal Palace is going to give them a really, really tough game. So I think it's going to be full of goals. I think it's going to be 2-2 draw. Sessegnon and Mitrovic to get the goals for Fulham. And Zaha and Benteke to get the goals for Palace. And for the next game, Huddersfield versus Chelsea. I'm not going to lie, I put a shock win here for Huddersfield. I put them to win 1-0. You know, I think Chelsea... going over to Huddersfield, it's not easy to go to Huddersfield, and because they are going to park the bus. And with Sarri, you know, he's going to try to play that, you know, they call it the Sarri ball, you know, kind of tiki-taka kind of football. And I think Huddersfield are just going to sit back, they're going to absorb it all in, they're going to get one corner, they're going to score, and they're going to win 1-0. And I put the goal scorer to put Moy.
Right, so for Bournemouth versus Cardiff, first game out of these three, I'm going to put a 0-0 draw. You know, there's always going to be a few of these in the season, and you don't really expect it on the first week, but yeah, I'm going to add a 0-0 draw. Obviously, Cardiff are newly promoted, so teams against Bournemouth, they're going to try and get them points because they know against a big team it's going to be hard. But yeah, I think Bournemouth, both of them will be good defensively, and it's going to be a really tight game. Not a lot in it, so yeah, 0-0. Next game, Fulham versus Fulham versus Crystal Palace. I put a 1-1 draw. I put a draw like Dave said. Fulham obviously have a good player, Seri and stuff. They have been newly signed. We'll see how they perform in the Premier League. It'll be a big test for them. And Crystal Palace, obviously, keeping Zaha was really big for them. Obviously, the transfer window hasn't closed yet, so we'll see. But I think Zaha will probably stay another season, so that's going to be a big boost for them. And he is a real threat. So yeah, 1-1. Seri to get a goal for Fulham, and Zaha to get a goal for Crystal Palace. And then Huddersfield versus Chelsea. I put a confident win for Chelsea, 3-1. Obviously, Dave does believe Huddersfield's going to win, but in my opinion, I think first game of the season, Chelsea going to try and make a statement. Sarri will not settle for less than a win, in my opinion, and Chelsea just going to go all out. Got a lot of players, a lot of strong players. Will Courtois be staying? That's a big thing. So he will be in goal. We'll see. But yeah, Chelsea win 3-1. Morata to get a shocking hat trick. He's been off form, but yeah, I'm going to put him to get a hat trick, and Rooney to get a goal for Huddersfield.
Right, the first game of the three, Bournemouth versus Cardiff. I'll put 2-0 win here for Bournemouth. Bournemouth, Eddie Howe establishing his Bournemouth side as a consistent Premier League team, which is good as they were promoted like 2016 and stuff. In Cardiff, they're going to struggle for the first couple of games, get used to intensity and adapt to the Premier League, but I think they will lose this game 2-0 with Joshua King getting both goals here. And moving on to the next game, Fulham versus Crystal Palace. I also put a 1-1 draw here. Fulham, Roy Hodgson for Crystal Palace playing against his old team. Can he win? Hopefully he does, but yeah, 1-1 draw here. Wolf Zaha and Ryan Sessegnon getting goals for both teams. And then Huddersfield versus Chelsea. I also agree with Ty match. I'm going to put a 2-0 win here for Chelsea. I can't see Chelsea losing against Huddersfield. Huddersfield is a tough place to go, but I can't see Chelsea losing the first game. I think they lost the first game last season against Burnley, but can't see them losing this season. 2 goals, one for Willian, other for Morata, and Chelsea getting 3 points. But let's move on to the next 3 games.
Alright, next 3 games, Watford versus Brighton. For this game, I'll put a 1-0 into Watford. Deeney, you know, he hasn't been scoring many goals from, obviously, like autoplay, like just playing. So I'll put a 1-0 win for Watford, and Deeney scoring from a penalty, because, you know, his penalty's already good. I think he's got one of the best records for penalty taking in Watford. But anyway, moving on to the next game, Wolves versus Everton. Wolves, it's going to be a very strong side in my opinion this season, so I'll put a win for them. You know, Everton, I just read something right now, some article that Bernard Silva might be going on a free transfer to Everton, so that's a good player to join the squad. But I still think Wolves will walk away with the W here. I put Jimenez to score. You know, he's a Mexican striker, forward player, so I think he's going to be someone big this season, and I think he'll move on. You know, halfway through the season or even at the end of the season to a bigger club. And then moving on to the next game, Liverpool versus West Ham. For this game, I'll put a 3-1 win to Liverpool. At home, I think we're going to be quite confident. You know, despite obviously West Ham are a tough team, they got a lot of really good players, but so do Liverpool. Like I said, I predicted Liverpool to win the league, so no more than 3 points here. Salah, Mane, Firmino to score goals for Liverpool, and Arnautovic for West Ham.
Right, for Watford versus Brighton, I'm going to go with the same prediction Matt said. I'm going to put a 1-0 win to Watford. I think it's going to be quite a tight game. I think both teams are going to approach the game with quite caution, but I think it's going to be 0-0 to the last 10 minutes. I think Watford will nick it through Pereira to get them the 3 points. And the next game, Wolves versus Everton, I put a 3-3 draw. I think both teams, you know, they've heavily invested in their squads, and I think the pressure, well, not really pressure, but I do expect both teams to do quite well in the Premier League this season. But I think this game's going to be jam-packed with a lot of goals. I put 3-3. I put Neves, Jota, and Afobe to score for Wolves. and Sigurdsson to score for Everton, and Richarlison to score 2. And for the next game, Liverpool versus West Ham, I put 3-1 win for Liverpool. I think it's not going to be an easy win, but I do think Liverpool at Anfield, you know, they've heavily invested this season, so they have to win something. Pressure's on them to win something, actually. But I think they'll get the 3 points here, with Mane getting 2, Salah getting 1, and Felipe Anderson to get the only goal for West Ham.
Right, so for Watford versus Brighton, as these guys both said, I put a 1-0 win as well to Watford. I think it'll be a tight game. I think Watford will get a penalty with the home crowd, with the crowd behind them. They're going to be pushing forward. They'll get a penalty and they need to score captain to start the season right with a 1-0 win. Next game, Wolves versus Everton. I actually put a 1-0 win to Everton here. I just think Everton, obviously they have been in the Premier League for long, and they have more experienced players playing in the Premier League away from home. Wolves obviously newly promoted. A lot of the players need to get used to the Premier League and how it works and how to perform against these teams. But I think Everton will get the win here. 1-0 win away from home. Walcott to score. I think he's going to have a decent season, to be fair. And hopefully he can get in the national team for the next few cups coming. Next game, Liverpool versus West Ham. I put a 2-2 draw, shockingly. I just think Liverpool is a bit... It's a team right now. It's a lot of hype right now. There's a lot of expectation. I just think this game... I think West Ham definitely have a team that is capable of doing a lot this season, and I think they're going to shock Liverpool with a draw here. It's going to be hard, obviously, at Anfield, the crowd and stuff, but yeah, I just think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. Salah to get 2 goals on form, and then Wilshere to get his first goal for West Ham, and Felipe Anderson to get the second goal to make it a 2-2 draw.
Alright, Watford versus Brighton, I put a 1-1 draw here, unlike the others. I put 1-1 draw. First game for both these teams. I think I predicted both these teams to stay out of the relegation zones as well. So yeah, 1-1 draw here. Deeney and Knockout getting goals for this game. Moving on, Wolves versus Everton. I put a 2-1 win here for Everton. Wolves, they've bought really good players. John Moutinho, signing Diego Jota permanently, so yeah, a couple of good signings. But I think Everton, they got the apparent Turkish Harry Kane up front in Cech Tosin, so I think he's going to get a goal as well as Richarlison. Wolves goal scorer being Hector Costa, so yeah, 2-1 here for Everton. Moving on to Liverpool versus West Ham, coming mighty Reds, I put a 2-0 win here for Liverpool. Hopefully we start the season good with 3 points. But West Ham, like I said, West Ham, I'm not going to underestimate them. They made good signings. Manuel Pellegrini, he's won the league before, he knows what to do. So yeah, it's going to be a tough game, but I do think they'll probably walk away with 3 points here with Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah getting goals for Liverpool. But let's move on to the last 2 games of Game Week 1.
Okay, moving on to the last 2 games. Southampton versus Burnley being the first game. For this game, I'll put a 1-0 win to Burnley. I think Burnley are going to walk away with a scrappy goal at the end of the game and win and get the 3 points. But you know, a scrappy goal is always a goal, so a goal is a goal. 3 points in the bag, they're going to walk away. Starting the league very, very good. Folks getting on the score sheet. Moving on to the big game, the biggest game of week 1. Arsenal versus Manchester City. For this game, I put a 3-2 win to Manchester City. You know, despite Arsenal making some good transfers, you know, Aubameyang is going to be firing this season, in my opinion. So despite obviously him and the team behind him, you know, Ozil might be unblocked again. Let's just hope he is, because Arsenal need him a lot. So yeah, I'll put a 3-2 win to Man City. Man City, Aguero, he's scoring already in pre-season. He's ready, he's firing. So 2 goals for him. Bernardo Silva getting on the score sheet right after Aguero, and then for Arsenal, 2 goals for Aubameyang.
Okay, first game, Southampton versus Burnley. I put a 1-1 draw. You know, Southampton didn't have the best season last season. Burnley, on the other hand, you know, secured that Europa League spot, had an amazing season. So coming into this game, they're going to be the more confident side. But I do think they'll take the lead actually through Volks to make it 1-0, and then Southampton will get a late equaliser through Lemina to make it 1-1, and that's how that game will end. And for the last game, Arsenal versus City, I think this game could go either way. You know, Arsenal at home are really good, but then again, City are amazing. So I'm going to put a 3-2 win to City. I think, you know, Unai Emery's first competitive game in charge for Arsenal. So it's going to be an interesting one. City, on the other hand, you know, Mahrez addition, you know, Pep's, he's going to be, he's going to want to get to a firing good season. So I think City will win this 3-2 with Aubameyang and Ozil getting 2 goals for Arsenal, and Aguero, Sane and Silva getting 3 for City. Getting the only goals for City.
Alright, so for Southampton versus Burnley, I put what Dave said. I put a 1-1 draw. as they said, it's going to be a tight game. Southampton just stayed in the league last season, so their fans are going to have a little bit of boost. They stayed up, so that was big for them. Burnley and Everton did do really good last season, better than probably most of their fans thought. So their fans are going to be up for it. They're going to have, the players are going to be motivated to do well. But yeah, 1-1 draw. Charlie Austin get the goal for Southampton and Chris Wood to get the goal for Burnley. And for the last game, the big game, man, Arsenal, the mighty Goons. The Goons versus City, man. I can't predict we're gonna lose, man. It's the first game, so I'm gonna put a 3-2 win to Arsenal. I'll be honest, it's gonna be a hard game. To be fair, if we get draw or win, I'll be happy with it because it's better than what most people think. But I just think Aubameyang to get 2, Lacazette to get 1, Aguero to get 1, De Bruyne get 1. But I just think Unai Emery, if he wins this game, it's going to be a really, really big boost to the fans. The fans are going to be up for the season because obviously we have Chelsea following week. So it's a really, really big game. Hopefully we can get a point at least. But yeah, I'm going to predict a win for Arsenal and 3 points, hopefully.
Alright, the first game of the last two, Southampton versus Burnley. I put a 1-0 win here for Southampton. The main reason being because Burnley, they have a Europa League first leg game on Thursday, and then the decisive one on next week Thursday. So they might be resting some of their key players for the Sunday game, and they are traveling to Turkey on Thursday and will be back probably on Saturday back in England. So they'll be tiredness, restless. I don't think they have a training session as well. So yeah, Southampton 1-0 win here. Charlie Austin again, the only goal for them. And moving on to the big game of week 1, the first big game of the new season, Arsenal versus City. Tied. Am I going to put Arsenal win? No. 3-1 win here for City. Gotta be honest. I think City are going to win this game. Start off good. They played phenomenal in the Community Shield against Chelsea. I do think they played well against Arsenal at Emirates. But Emirates is never an easy place, especially with the football also play. And Unai Emery, new manager, new play, can see, get used to it. Let's see. But yeah, 3-1 win here for City. Aguero getting 2 goals, and Sonny getting that 3rd, and Arsenal goal scorer being none other than Aubameyang. But yeah, that's been game week 1 of the new season.
Alright guys, hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you haven't already guys, make sure you comment down below your score prediction for this games. Obviously Arsenal City, comment down below your score prediction for that game. It's going to be a massive one. Oh yeah, if you haven't already, follow us on all our social media, Twitter, Instagram and Snapchat. It's at 4Bro Show. So yeah, follow us on that. It's been a 4Bro Show guys. Just subscribe, like the video, try to smash 150 likes. And yeah, it's been a 4Bro Show and peace guys.